recognize the member for Bruce Grey, Owen Sound.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Rural Affairs. They support rural communities are the backbone of Ontario. They support our food supply, drive local manufacturing, and contribute to Ontario's economic and social fabric. But, Speaker, global uncertainty is certainly creating real challenges for rural Ontario. Rising costs, market instability, and the impact of U.S. tariffs are putting pressure on our local employees, threatening jobs and making life more expensive for families. Despite these challenges, our government has stood firmly with rural Ontario, helping communities grow, support local projects, and strengthening the services people rely on. Speaker, can the minister share what she is doing to protect our small towns during these uncertain times and ensure rural Ontario continues to grow, thrive, and stay strong?
I recognize the Minister of Rural Affairs.
Thank you very much, Speaker. It's a pleasure to take this question from the member from Bruce Grey, Owen Sound. He's a tremendous advocate for rural Ontario, as is our government, because we're standing firmly with rural communities and small town speakers, especially in the face of global uncertainty and Trump's tariffs. That's why we doubled the Rural Ontario Development Program to $20 million over 2 years, giving communities the support that they were asking for and, quite frankly, they need to grow their local economies and attract new jobs and diversify their economies as well. The ROD program helps small towns and rural communities invest in projects to improve community spaces, support small businesses, revitalize main streets, and strengthen local infrastructure. And we are partnering with a whole-of-government approach to make this happen. I was incredibly proud to partner with the Ministry of Finance to announce $600 million to our rural municipality through the Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund. This is good news, and we're going to...
Back to the member for Bruce Grey, Owen Sound.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for the update. Rural Ontario is built by hard-working families and businesses who keep our province moving. These communities are resilient, but global uncertainty and U.S. tariffs are putting pressure on local employers and threatening rural jobs. And, Speaker, while our government has been stepping up with real investments and real support, rural communities still remember what it was like under the previous Liberal government, propped up by the NDP, when rural priorities were ignored and towns were left without the tools to grow. Rural communities deserve a government that stands for them and backs them with actions, not words. Speaker, can the minister share how our government is helping rural communities stay strong and protect local jobs and opportunities in the face of global uncertainty?
Minister of Rural Affairs.
Thank you very much. You know, rural Ontario is resilient, but our communities deserve programs that help them grow even stronger in uncertain times. And that's exactly what the Rural Ontario Development Program delivers. Since 2019, Speaker, our investments have supported 473 rural economic development projects, generating $122 million in new economic activity. That's a return of over $4 for every single dollar invested. That's good news. And just this year alone, for the current intake, we had over 800 inquiries, and our field staff facilitated 235 one-on-one coaching sessions. This is great news because it demonstrates that we are a government that understands the needs of rural Ontario. But let's talk about the outcomes. For instance, in Uxbridge, a downtown revitalization effort supported a 63% increase in local employment and over $1.5 million in building improvements. Speaker, we are making sure that we are standing with rural communities and small towns across this province, and we're going to continue to bring new things to the table.